Hey guys, it's Jeremy. My Panopto video on my breakdown of pop style music actually goes to Strange Fruit, performed by Billie Holiday and written by Abel Maripol. So, to start out, Strange Fruit was actually written by Abel Maripol. Um, so, he was actually a Jewish school teacher, uh, and he had written this as a poem. And the poem he wrote after he had seen open a newspaper and seen two black men hanging from a tree in Marion County, Alabama. The two men, their names were Thomas Shipp and Abraham Smith. Clearly, they had been beaten. They were hanging from the tree by their necks, and their hands were bound in front of them. Standing amongst a crowd of white people. And, what's actually really disturbing about it is just how many smiles were on their faces. There's one man that's looking at the camera and he's pointing, towards the two dead men. And he's got this look on his face. That's just very disturbing. Originally, the song itself was sung by Maripol's African American wife, and he was having her perform this song in small clubs. What was very interesting about it, in general, is that he was actually having her perform this with no encores, and it would be the last song of the night. So Billie Holiday started singing the song, and it kind of ushered the song into the masses. It's actually been labeled kind of the first. I can't even think of the word now. This isn't even in my PowerPoint, but it's the first like protest song. So at this point, the song had been getting around Billie Holiday. She absolutely sung it beautifully. With so much conviction and hurt in her voice that it was being played on the radio, and they eventually pulled it just due to how, I guess, graphic the lyrics of the song are, which I just find really funny that that you can't hear the lyrics, but this went on for so long between, I think they said 1880 and 1939 or 1940 or something like that. Roughly 3,500 black people were hung, lynched, and that's just the ones they know about. So America had clearly been having conscious issues, thank God, and they were. It was just something that they couldn't really ignore. So many others have actually covered this song, including Nina Simone, which that is my favorite version. I just like the way she sings it. They're completely different styles. Billie Holiday does it wonderfully. But just specifically, I like Nina Simone a lot anyway. Even Kanye West has sampled it. So I'm going to actually go ahead and I'm going to just play the song. And I think I'm actually just going to play it all the way through. So that way everyone can kind of just hear the song. It's not one that I really want to stop through a whole lot because it's very short. It's like a 2 minute and 33-second song or something like that. I just want you to get the whole picture, and I'll come back around and kind of break it down.
And now a little tune written especially for me, Strange Fruit.
So very simple accompaniment, just a piano in Billie's voice.
Southern trees bear strange fruit, blood on the leaves and blood at the root. black bodies swinging in the southern breeze, strange fruit hanging from the poplar trees.
So you hear right away there just how her voice, it's almost set up similar to a funeral song, like where she is, singing a song that, you can tell that she has these images going through her mind. This is, at this point, it's 1959. She's seen and heard things herself. You can tell. But the piano is very much in the background, and they are completely in different keys. And I think that's purposely done because the song is so powerful that you have to hear the lyrics of the song. It's not really meant to be a over complicated rhythmic song.
Pastoral scene of the gallant South, the bulging eyes and the twisted mouth, scent of magnolia, sweet and fresh. Then the sudden smell of burning flesh. Here is a fruit for the crows to pluck, for the rain to gather, for the wind to suck.
So there, basically what she's doing is she is running an AABB format. So almost every other line rhyme. This is a song that only has three verses. There's no choruses. There's really no repeats, but she is rhyming. And on top of that, the piano itself is running in a homophonic rhythm style, playing minor chords. I think it's like B minor, B minor, and the meter, you can tell right off the bat, is mixed. There's not really anything that is structured as far as the meter goes. There's frequent stops. The piano is accentuating her voice in the way she says things. And then obviously the song is slow itself.
For the sun to rise, for the tree to drop. Here is a strange and bitter cry.
So at this time, this song had clearly meant a whole lot to her. Her singing style, if I would narrow it down to anything, it is somewhat to that like classical blues, that kind of old fashioned style of blues that basically had one or two instruments, a woman singing, that was somewhat theatrical. Obviously, she wasn't trying to be theatrical here. She was making points when she says rot and drop, and how her voice almost it's almost kind of like that animalistic mourn that you will hear in movies, or maybe you have heard it, unfortunately, maybe yourself. But when someone has so much pain inside that their voice just can't help but mimic what the feeling is. I think Aristotle or someone like that mentioned how much feeling we can, sing a song and put our feeling into it and really get the point coming across. And that's how I really feel what she's doing. She came in with a purpose with singing this song because one, the lyrics are beautiful. In my opinion, it's a, they're singing about something absolutely real, something that, at that time, all Black people really had to be afraid of. They had to be afraid of being lynched, or beaten, or knowing someone who had possibly been lynched, or this was just going on quite a bit. 3,500 people within such a short time. But the song is just, like I said, beautifully done. And yeah, it's just kind of the breakdown. I don't really have much else because the song is pretty straightforward. Like I said, it's just the piano and it's Billie Holiday, but she makes that song hit you in such a way where it's so descriptive with the words lyrically that Abel had written, that you you think of strange fruit. You think of fruit that grows from trees, and the fact that someone's using this metaphor to show these Black men, Black women, children even, that are hanging from a tree and rotting, and just going, that's a strange looking fruit. I just think it's incredibly powerful. Definitely check out the Nina Simone version as well. She, she stays true to how Billie Holiday executed it, but at the same time, she very much made it her own. They have two different singing styles, but if you are moved by this song, or you think this song is worth checking out, definitely look at the Nina Simone version. It's just beautiful. But I enjoyed listening to this song. Like I said, I think it really is one of the most powerful songs that I have ever seen, that clearly does not have a whole lot going on with it, but it's structured in such a way with those frequent stops, and her voice going and at the end they just cut it. You expect this kind of big grand form at that point where everyone was, and doing that kind of thing, and then ending it. But she just, she hits it and then she just drops, and the piano cuts out right with her. It's very, it's very shocking to the system, but definitely great. So thanks, guys. Thanks for watching.